Tomasz Jaroszek, Inwestor TV. Dzisiaj mamy okazję porozmawiać z wieloletnim doświadczonym traderem, który naprawdę wiele już przeżył na rynku Forex i dzisiaj nie tylko traduje, ale także uczy. Ale uczy tylko i wyłącznie na żywym, prawdziwym rynku. Z nami dzisiaj gościem jest Birger Schäfermeier. Hello, Birger.
Hi.
It's your fifth, sixth, seventh time in Poland. There are a lot of traders interested in this market.
I couldn't count it anymore because it's so many times here, and I really enjoy it. So many towns in Krakow, Warsaw. So I've been several times here already.
What do you think about Polish traders? There are a lot of beginners or a lot of advanced people?
No, it's very mixed. So you find typical beginner, but also very experienced trader. So it's it's very mixed.
Do you still remember how you were a beginner? Because I was 20 years on the market.
No,
how many years?
25 years. Ago now that I was a beginner, and yeah, sure, I still could remember all the mistakes I did and all the feelings I had, and I have to deal with the losses in the beginning when I first ruined my whole account. Yeah, but when I started, I really had no idea what is trading really, and so I lost my first account within a few months.
So after these 25 years now I believe you know what's really important, and if you would start all over again, you would know what to focus on. So
sure, after 25 years you should know at least. The first 6 years were learning, and after then I really made my living by trading, and yeah, now I know on what to focus and how it works, and yeah.
And what would you say the most important ingredients of the trading profession?
The first thing which comes up to my mind is discipline, because this business you have to be very strict with yourself. You never should take too big losses and so on, and so it allows no room for errors, and so you have to be very, very disciplined in that business. But also not only discipline is important, what you need is a strategy. Without strategy, just by guessing, oh, the market could go up or go down, you could not repeat your success. You don't know what you do, and you will be not consistent in your return. So what you really need is a strategy, and then you need the discipline to keep to your strategy.
Because you always have a plan. I remember that every trade has a perfect plan.
Every trade has a plan. I have an entry plan, I have some exit plan, and some money management plan. And even in the morning, I prepare myself for the day, and I have a plan what I want to do and what I want not to do. So what market I want to avoid and where I want to trade it, how many trades I want to do approximately. Yeah.
So what's the method to fight with your own psychology, I think, to learn these kind of discipline? Because I remember that on one event someone asked you a question, what's the perfect trader's mindset? You laughed a little bit and then said, okay, first strategy, discipline, and mindset is not the first one here, right?
Yeah, no, mindset is not the first. Okay, at first you really have to get the skills, yeah? But as soon as you have the trading skills, then you really must be disciplined, and then you have to work with stress, and you have to work with drawdowns, and so many things comes up in the trading business which distract you from the thing what you do, that you really have to be a strong character, and you really have to focus much on yourself and what you're doing.
How do you prepare when you have all the distractors about the media, a lot of information from the market, or a lot of analysis that say, okay, there's going to be another crash, okay, there's going to be very important data, and just some of them are important, but a lot of them are distractors.
Yeah, most of them is distractors, so I really try to keep away from all these things and just try to do my own thing. And yeah, in the beginning it's very hard to do your own thing, because you feel not very confident, and maybe you think, maybe the opinion from others is also good as well. But no, you really have to make your own setup. You have to stick to your own setup and be focused on that and not on other things. So I'm not reading financial newspapers or financial medias. I'm watching this sometimes, but not for my trading. I just want to know what's going on, but I never come up with a trading idea from television or from newspaper reading or something.
I remember a very important thing. When I was on your course, you said that you're looking for an advantage, because the market is the market. You know, it goes up and down, but you need to find an advantage, like even a trend or some information. So how is it?
Yeah, and I need a statistical valid pattern, so which gives me some advantage. So, for example, so if if you just do your trades and the market is up, down without any trade or without any specific pattern, yeah, on the long run you will lose money with that. So you have to figure out, okay, which pattern is statistically good. So and you can prove that. Maybe you run some tests in the past. You can collect the data, and if you have all this, then you could develop a trading system on that. Yeah, or for example, you work with a trend. So you know, in a trend, it's more likely that we are going with a trend than that the market will turn. That is a statistical advantage. And for a trader, it's important to identify this advantage. And that's what my analysis do. Yeah? So I'm analyzing the market just to identify the advantage. And then my strategy is to make money with that advantage. Yeah? So to turn this advantage into my private money. Yeah? And my experience is then how aggressive and defensive I play this strategy on that.
And this is, I believe, the money management. It depends on what.
Yeah, position size is absolute important. It's like the gas and the brake on your car. Yeah, you could turn left and turn right in a perfect way, but without gas and brake, you could not driving the car. And in the trading, you could go in and out in a very perfect way, but without the proper position size, to have the right position at the right moment, yeah, a big one or a short one, you will not make really your fortune, and you will not make any money on the market on the long term. So you have to know when is the point to increase position size, when is the point to reduce the position size. So you have to play with your position size. I never have the same position size in all the trades. Yeah, I'm very flexible with that.
But you're very disciplined, you're very systematic. Can you say a little bit on numbers maybe to also show people what's the average risk or what's the average profit when you
the
say
average
it's
risk,
like a month, let's say?
The average risk is not so big. For example, one of my live trading rooms, the average risk is just 0.6%. So it's below 1%. And with this risk, in the last, now it's September, in the last 9 months, we made a profit from 80% with that. So you don't have to take big risk to make a big profit also. Just by trading means that you have lots of trades with small risk, but you could turn the small risk into an average good return for you.
Also, I asked this question because a lot of people believe that of course, they can lose money, but they can also earn big profits in a very short term because they're not realizing how.
Sure, you can. You can go for the lucky punch if you want that. But the problem is you never could repeat that. Yeah, and maybe you miss that lucky punch and then you lost all your money. And you know, without money, you're not able to take the next opportunity at the market. So the first task of a trader is to make sure that even if he lost money, he could take the next opportunity. Yeah, because sooner or later there will come the opportunity who turns your account really in a huge profit. Yeah, or brings you the big profit for your account. But maybe not this trade you're in the moment. Yeah, so that's the first task, to keep money for the next opportunity. Yeah.
So one thing you said about the trends, so I believe that when there is a choppy market or there are no trends, it's more difficult for you.
No, it's then terrible. It's not only more difficult, then it's terrible, because that's not really an advantage. And as long as I identify that the market is choppy, it's not a problem at all, because I stay away, sit on my fingers. But, you know, after a trend, sooner or later the market starts to turn in a period where it just go in a range. And in the beginning, you could not identify that. Yeah, it takes some time after you realize, oh, this money is not moving at all. Yeah, and in this period you start to lose some money. And so your task is, in the trend you have to make enough money, then you will lose a little bit until you realize that the market is in a choppy market, and then you have to be ready for the next trend again. So yeah, and that's the way how it works.
I heard a saying that the most difficult transactions to stay put and do not do any transaction. This is the most difficult for a trader because of psychology. You see
trading is a game of patience. So you have to be patient to wait for the perfect opportunity and then in. Trading is not in, out, in, out, in, out. A lot of people think the whole day I'm sitting there clicking my mouse, in, out, in, out, in, out. No, that's not the fact. Yeah, So I'm waiting most of the time of the day, just waiting for perfect opportunities, good entries, yeah. And if I get these entries, then I have to be patient again. So I have to let the market develop. I have to let the market go in my direction. I don't go out with a few pips, yeah. I just want really to catch the main part of the move.
So one last question for the beginners. A lot of people are interested in Forex, in trading by themselves and earning money every day. So what should beginner do?
Okay, you compete against other trader. So, and the winner gets the money, yeah? And if you're a beginner, you have to ask yourself, why should you win against a trader who is experienced, yeah? And the answer will be, you couldn't win as long as you don't have enough education, yeah. So as long as you don't know enough about the market and enough training, so you need training, you need the education, you need practice skills, and after a while, then you can compete with them. But if you just open an account and don't prepare yourself and just, okay, I'm the greatest trader in the world, I promise you, these guys will pay the money to me, yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
A z nami był Birger Schäfermeier, jeden z najlepszych traderów w Europie, a słyszeliście Państwo, co powiedział. Najpierw edukacja, później strategia i dyscyplina, dyscyplina, dyscyplina. A po więcej materiałów zapraszam na Inwestor TV. Tomasz Jaroszek.